The FBI wants to know, do you know this man? Why are authorities asking for assistance?
As I sit here and take in all of the news from every direction, all I see is deceivers, liars, corporate media, cover-ups, agenda, all pushing the same propaganda. It's time for a game changer, a visionary, an innovative person who changes the way that people think of the situations. It's time for Game Changer TV, telling it like it is. Get in the game.
Thank you for tuning in to Game Changer TV. I'm your host, Terry Lynn, and this is the channel where every day we're telling it like it is. Today is February 11th, 2026. Why are the feds asking, do you know him? Why are they asking for assistance? Wait till we jump into this. Let's go. So this was from yesterday from Fox News. Nancy Guthries search. FBI releases surveillance video of a masked person at her home. And we've all seen pictures of this. I don't know if they got a color one or if they color enhanced it or what they did, but this picture says, Nancy Guthries abductor's eyes. Call 1-800-FBI if you know who this is, okay? I'm trying to get to show more. So when I saw this, I was like, man, this is truly a psyop. Let's get into this. Because during COVID, I did a report on the mask and surveillance. And I couldn't believe that they're asking for help on this, okay? It says, does modern technology allow for the identification of an individual even if they're wearing a ski mask and only their eyes are visible? Yes. Modern facial recognition technology can identify individuals wearing masks, including ski masks. So here's something released by the FBI. If you know who this person is by these eyeballs, contact us. And I reported on during COVID, they had the technology to identify you behind a mask. Modern facial recognition can identify individuals wearing masks, including ski masks, by analyzing the visible eye region, forehead, and bridge of the nose. Advancement in AI and paraocular recognition technology, identifying people through the area around their eyes, allows for high accuracy identification, with some systems achieving over 99% accuracy. So think about this. CNN, August 12th, 2020, almost 6 years ago. Think your mask makes you invisible to facial recognition? Not so fast, AI companies say. January 7th, 2021, BBC. Facial recognition identifies people wearing masks. New facial recognition technology only needs your eyes and eyebrows. New facial recognition technology only needs your eyes and eyebrows. May 12, 2020, London Telegraph. Facial recognition technology that can identify you even with a face mask. The new technology focuses on the area around someone's eyes and brows to detect a match. August 15, 2023, NIH. IoT, the Internet of Things solution, and AI-based frameworks for masked face and facial recognition to fight COVID-19 pandemic. They've got the technology. Using facial recognition for identification even with mask. Yet the FBI are putting out this picture. Help us identify this man. Now, if we know about that technology, what other technology do they have that we don't know about? But we just proved that they can identify people just by their eyebrows and their eyeballs with 99% accuracy. Now, we saw that supposedly the officials went and got data off of the Ring camera, even though she didn't have a subscription, which is crazy. Like, she wasn't rich enough to have a subscription. Please, come on. And like, the family wouldn't make sure she had a subscription in that big old huge house at 84 years old. Don't play me like a fool. Come on now. So this commercial aired during the Super Bowl about Ring cameras.
Did you guys see the commercials during the Super Bowl? The Ring commercial? And I don't think actually many of you did, because you don't watch the Super Bowl because you know it's bread and circuses anyway. But check out this new commercial and tell me this isn't freaking creepy.
This is Milo. Pets are family. But every year, 10 million go missing. And the way we look for them hasn't changed in years. Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
Now, before I let this play out, y'all think about this, okay? It says you just put a picture in there and immediately it sends it out to all the other cameras to identify a person. So that was for a dog. Why couldn't they put this picture in it? Let's keep going.
Until now. One post of a dog's photo in the Ring app starts outdoor cameras looking for a match. Search Party from Ring uses AI to help families find lost dogs. Since launch, more than a dog a day has been reunited with their family. Be a hero in your neighborhood with Search Party. Available to everyone for free right now. Join the neighborhood at ring.com.
Okay, hold on a second though. Did you know that Ring, Amazon's Ring, of course it's Amazon, the Ring, Gollum, Lord of the Rings, the all-seeing eye. Look, Amazon's Ring is the largest civilian surveillance network the US has ever seen. In December 2019 alone, 400,000 devices were sold. And now, that was in 2024, there was 10 million Americans that had this installed on their doorbell. And you may be thinking, but if it can catch lost dogs, that's great. But you know how our cell phone, we're using the front end of it right now, but you know there's a back end, right? Millions and millions of people putting up surveillance devices. Yes, they've caught bad guys with them, I get it. But pretty soon, every square inch of our countries will be under surveillance. And I just find it interesting that that's also part of the plan, but people are voluntarily doing this anyway. It was kind of like when Pokemon Go came out and everyone was filming everything. You know that was like a job to do, right? They wanted a bunch of footage. They want to take pictures of everything. They put Pokemon in spots they want people to take videos of. I'm not even joking. The company that made Pokemon Go is connected to the CIA. Not kidding. I know it sounds typical conspiracy, but do your own homework. I'm serious. According to this Reddit user, and I'm sure there's other articles, that's just what I came off the top of my head. Off the top of Google's search results, which you know that no one scrolls past the first page of Google results. If you can control the first page, by the way, you basically control the flow of information for millions and millions of people. So this is absolutely wild. Let me know your thoughts.
Now, not only are they able to identify people by just their eyeballs and their brows, but also connecting the Ring cameras and to identify people. And then I put, can geofencing show what cell phones were on a specific street or road at a specific time? So if 100 cars went down that road between this time and this time, could it tell you what phones were on that road? Yes, geofencing, specifically via geofence warrants served to companies like Google, can identify which cell phones were on a specific road at a specific time by analyzing location history data from devices within a defined parameter. This technology allows law enforcement to reverse search for all mobile devices in the area. January 4th, 2026. Activists are saying that the Ring cameras are being used by ICE. So they can locate illegals, but not this 84-year-old woman. Now let's look at the last clip. And remember, the FBI is so desperate. They can't solve this without tips. They need help identifying these two eyeballs because they are completely in the dark and unable to solve this mystery.
The FBI had just released surveillance footage of the kidnapper of Nancy Guthries' mum. Surely, people should understand we're watching a movie. Anything headline news, anything circulating like this is part of the movie. No, this is real. But people underestimate the intelligence agencies. They'd be able to capture this person in one day. If they got the surveillance, they got the time that it was on there. Kash Patel would go straight to Tulsi Gabbard, NSA, and go, can you run me a check on all the surveillance, because it's all on the internet, at this time down that road? Can we do geofencing and track all mobile phones that are in this road in between a certain time? And they'd be able to narrow it down. This is all being done again for a reason, and it's getting more and more stupid, and a lot of people have already called this as a hoax. But who is Nancy Guthrie? Because it's just random, her mum has been taken. Remember, these things have happened many times. Well, we all go back to that one interview.
Announcing, let me ask you about QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that.
And QAnon is coming back into our awareness of a lot of people at the moment. There was one interview with her and Donald Trump where she was quite aggressive.
I believe it is a satanic cult run by the deep state.
Subject, I'll tell you what I do know about.
And you can see Donald Trump wasn't lying because he doesn't know anything about QAnon because there's no such thing.
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You told me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that. I know nothing about it.
But he makes a really powerful statement at the end.
I do have one more in this vein.
Let me just tell you, what I do hear about it is they are very strongly against pedophilia. And I agree with that. I mean, I do agree with that. And
Pedophilia. He doesn't agree with that. And more people are sharing that video. More and more people are talking about QAnon. More and more people are now talking about her. More and more people are now watching. This is what it's all about. It's controlling the narrative, controlling the movie, allowing people to see it. And when we look back and go, of course, it was so obvious, it was so fake.
But there's not a satanic pedophile cult being run by.
I know nothing
you don't know that? Okay.
No, I don't know
you
that.
Just this
neither
week.
do you know that.
Okay.
No, I don't know
you
that.
Just this
neither
week.
do you know that.
So again, watch this space. If you really trust in the intelligence agencies, you'd go and look at the capabilities, especially the NSA.
It's all deflecting. At first they came out and said Trump was mentioned 38,000 times in these files. Now it's over 1 million.
You thought 38,000 mentions was a lot? Try 1 million. You're not going to believe this reporting from Axios. They interviewed Jamie Raskin after he went to the DOJ yesterday to review the unredacted Epstein files. Congress got access to that yesterday, and importantly, they still don't have access to the more than 3 million documents that the DOJ still hasn't released. So this is only what's been publicly made available that Jamie Raskin was reviewing when he was at the DOJ yesterday. And after he searched for Donald Trump, he didn't come up with 38,000 hits in the unredacted files. He came up with 1 million results for Donald Trump's name in the Epstein files. That means on average, 1 out of every 3 files that has been publicly released references the President of the United States. If this does not put into context the staggering cover-up that is happening and unfolding before our eyes, I don't know what is. You cannot possibly be anything less than a ringleader of this trafficking ring to be referenced 1 million times in these documents.
He said it's all a script. And y'all remember that clip that Savannah is quoting Silence of the Lamb?
Kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
Catherine is very gentle and kind. Talk to her and you'll see.
But the incompetent FBI, who has all of this technology at their disposal, is dependent on society to come forth with tips to identify this person. This has drug on like worse than a Days of Our Lives soap opera. I believe it's all a distraction from the files, but not only that, Trump is doing a lot of things behind the scene that is about to collapse our economy, and it's just to distract people for the digital prison that's about to be upon us. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. If you appreciate the content that you find on this channel, would you prayerfully consider supporting the ministry?